This is your stimulus check update for Saturday, August 8th. And big news here, Trump just did an impromptu press conference late last night talking about what he wants to do for the stimulus check executive order. And here is the clip.
And you have people in Congress that don't want to help our people. If Democrats continue to hold this critical relief hostage, I will act under my authority as president to get Americans the relief they need. And what we're talking about is deferring the payroll tax for a period of months till the end of the year, and I can extend it at a certain period. Hopefully, I will be here to do the job. We're going to do the job. We've been doing a job like nobody could. Nobody would, actually. And so we're going to have the payroll tax go till the end of the year, and it'll be retroactive to July 1st. So we're going to go back to July 1st, and it'll go to the end of the year, payroll tax. At the end of the year, it may be extended. We're going to enhance unemployment benefits through the end of the year. So unemployment benefits will be, that's a big one, will be brought out to the end of the year, and defer student loan payments and forgive interest until further notice. So students who are paying student loans, and in many cases they're not even allowed to go back into their colleges, extend the eviction moratorium. We will be extending that so people aren't evicted, not their fault.
I really, really hope this happens. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic that he's now done two sort of press conferences on this 2 days in a row. And I mean, America is doing the worst it's ever done economically. This is an economic emergency. And everyone was expecting a stimulus bill to be passed July 31st. Well, that's come and gone. It's now August 8th. The American people need help. The American people need action. And I think if Trump does this, it'll be a win for everyone. It'll be a win for the American people. It'll be a win for the White House. Trump will be the hero. His poll numbers will go up, and it'll help millions upon millions of American people. I think the economy is hurting. I think we absolutely need this. So let's break down what he talked about. Actually, let me talk about first one thing that he didn't mention. And I think he actually should add this, and that is he didn't talk about the stimulus check, the one-time $1,200 stimulus check as part of this executive order. And now maybe this looked like an impromptu press conference, so maybe he just forgot to say it. And maybe they are going to have it as part of this executive order, but I think he absolutely should add that as well as a part of it. But he talked about deferring the payroll tax, which is great, but it's not going to help those most in need. But I say throw the kitchen sink at the economy. Like, the economy needs everything, every bit of help it can get. So, okay, so the payroll tax deferred for the end of the year. Enhancing unemployment benefits. I mean, that is going to be a big help for many people. Like, I saw an article, like the unemployment rate in Hawaii, like some people got slashed from $605 a week to now $5 a week because that's the unemployment rate in Hawaii. And it's like, dude, like, people were depending on this stimulus going, and the expectation was that they were going to have something passed by the end of July, and people are really hurting. And here's the thing too, people are going to spend that money, right? Like, people that are on unemployment are going to go out and spend it, and it's going to stimulate the economy. It's like something like for every dollar that's given in unemployment, it gets, spent 2.5 times in the economy. So this unemployment benefit will actually help keep the economy going. So what else did Trump talk about? Student loan payment deferred and interest deferment until further notice. So that's like open-ended. I think that's great as well. I mean, the whole thing about student loans is basically the reason the government guaranteed it is because they needed to inject more money into the economy back in the 90s when they started, or early 2000s where they started guaranteeing it. So that's why they put all this debt on the back of students, because they're like, oh, they don't have any debt, so we'll throw it on them. So that's basically why the student loan payments are so massive, like they've never been before. It's because it was just another way to keep the economy propped up, right? Because, give debt to students because they don't have any. That was the logic at the time. So that's what, and that they don't talk about that, but that's why they did it back then. But anyways, so move on to the next thing. So I think it's great that they're deferring it. They should defer it. How can people afford to pay student loan payments where there's no work and unemployment, is cut and the whole thing. So He also wants to extend the eviction moratorium. I think that's another great thing. Like, look, dude, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like, we're gonna kick people out and then they're gonna be thrown on the streets during a pandemic? Like, what are we doing? Like, no, that sounds like an absolute disaster. So I think he should, absolutely. Well, that sounds like it is going to be a part of this. So I think that's a great thing to keep the eviction moratorium, keep that extended as well. Because, people lost their jobs. It's, because of the lockdown. It's not even their fault. But the economy was weak as well. But the lockdown also lost a lot of people jobs as well. So it's not really their fault. They shouldn't be kicked out on the street for what happened. You know what I mean? So. And anyways, I think this is a fantastic update because the fact that he keeps talking about it every day, that makes me think that he's actually serious about this. Because if he just talked about it once off the cuff and then he never brought it up again, that would be like not a good sign to me. But the fact that he's doing press conferences every day, and look, let's be honest, Trump is not doing well in the polls compared to Biden. He needs to do something to get himself up in the polls, and I think doing something like this would actually have him win. So what do you guys think? Also, here's the other thing. If he passes this executive order for more stimulus once, maybe he'll do it again before the election as another boost executive order. Or maybe he'll add more things. Maybe he'll do HEROES Act pay and all kinds of other stimulus, right? Because if this goes through, then why not do more help for the people in the future? So that's also something to think about. So even if he didn't mention something here, it might actually happen in a future executive order stimulus. So anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to happen? I think this is going to happen. It sounds like it might even happen by Sunday. I don't know. Maybe early next week sometime. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want more stimulus check updates. I'll be sure to be doing more videos on this as more things happen. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.